with all the other news that was going on last week, and Loretta dragging me to the museum to get some culture, there was one story I missed. In South Carolina, Donald Trump decided to have a speech for his black followers. Now, this outreach comes on the heels of when he tried to sell sneakers, and we all know how that went.
Wow. A lot of emotion. There's a lot of emotion in this room. Thank you.
I don't think they like you, Donnie.
So
And if you can't believe that MAGA, that Trump thinks black people are so one-dimensional, that all you have to do is sell them sneakers and they'll love you, well then strap in. Strap in, because we're going for a ride. Tammy Loren, on Fox News, she decided to bring in an expert on black culture to talk about how the sneakers would affect it. Let's check in on that.
This is connecting with black America.
Your resident
because
expert.
They love sneakers. They're into sneakers. They love this is a big deal, certainly in the inner city. So when you have Trump,
This guy knows about the
his
inner
sneaker
city.
line, they're like, wait a minute, this is cool. He's reaching them on a level that defies and is above politics.
Wow.
I mean, we heard the boos.
lot of 'em.
I don't want to go against inner city expert here, whoever he is. I don't want to go against this expert on black people in the inner city, but there were boos. This defies
Politics.
and is above politics. I think this defies and is above being a complete moron. But hey, what do I know? I'm not an inner city expert. So with the tailwind of the speakers, Trump headed off to South Carolina to have a conference in front of black people. Here, let's check out the pan of the audience. Yeah, let's pan over. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Let's pan over there. Oh, cut! They cut before they pan the audience. And just looking at these frames before they cut on the pan of the audience, I see like one black guy. And I see a ton of white people. Now, granted, it is the Republican Party. And they are in South Carolina. So I wouldn't be surprised if they made the actual black people sit in the back of the room. I wish I was joking. And it's the same energy as this from 2016 when they tried to pull this back then, right? Two white people in blacks for Trump shirts. You know how much shit Biden would get if I showed up with a blacks for Biden t-shirt on, me? But with MAGA, self-awareness is at zero. So let's see how the speech went. Let's see how it was going.
And then I got indicted a second time, and a third time, and a fourth time.
Such a victim.
And a lot of people said that that's why the black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against. And they actually viewed me as I'm being discriminated against.
He's really saying this?
It's been pretty amazing, but
He's really saying that black people identify with him because he got in trouble for, I mean, there's too many to count, right? $1 billion fraud, rape, stealing state secrets, inciting a coup against the United States. Is this a common occurrence for black teenagers who are shot in the back by cops, that they're being tried for attempting a coup against the United States? I mean, how brain dead do you have to be to still buy into any of this? The only comparable president that was black, our only black president ever, Obama, who could have stole state secrets, didn't. Obama was perfect because he had to be perfect, right? Because people like Donald Trump and the Tea Party were looking for every morsel to tear him down. So I guess if you are a black voter out there who supports Trump, and you've been victimized. Maybe Enrique wasn't victimized, right? Because he's going to jail for the coup. But he didn't stand there in front of everybody and say, go in. Of your Proud Boys? Wasn't he a Proud Boy? I don't know. I don't think he's a Proud Boy in prison. Once he figures out that the Proud Boys on the outside are a lot different than the white supremacists on the inside. But the second part is just so damn racist. It's that old school racism too, right? He's assuming that all the black people out there watching are all criminals. And so they can sympathize with him. I mean, it had to get better from here, right?
These lights are so bright in my eyes that I can't see too many people
Guy who
out
looked
there.
at the eclipse.
But I can only see the black ones. I can't see any white ones, you see? That's how far I've come. That's how far I've come. That's a long way, isn't it? We've all seen the mugshot.
I would say that is a long way. Because if you know Donald Trump, he tried to get these 5 teenagers executed for a crime they never committed. I guess the long way he's come is even letting black people in to a facility where he's at. Because he's famous through the 80s and 90s for evicting black people from his properties. And if all the dog whistles and the stereotyping wasn't enough for your price of admission to this sham of a conference for black people, if that wasn't enough, he ties it up with a nice bow.
Less. Would you rather have the black president or the white president who got $1.7 billion off the price?
Which one would you rather have?
I think they want the white guy.
There you go.
Right now.
What a way to tie it up. I honestly feel bad if there's anyone out there who's fallen for any of this propaganda. Whether you be white, whether you be black, whether you be Mexican, whether you be whatever race there is, whatever sex you are. I feel bad for you if you're still buying into this con man's dog and pony shows. This is the guy who told cops to slam people's heads into police cars when they're arresting them. You guys remember that? I remember that. And now the way he sees the black community, a vote he's trying to get, is the most stereotypical shallow shit there is. You like sneakers and you go to jail. Right? There's no crime Donald Trump committed that any blue-collar person, any black kid on the street who got shot in the back by a cop, Trayvon holding Skittles. You know, Trayvon Martin wasn't out there selling state secrets to the fucking Russians. Eric Garner was not choked to death because he stole billions from NYC, because he stole billions from the taxpayers in New York City. And Breonna Taylor was not executed because she stood out in front of the Capitol of the United States of America and told people to storm it because you'll never get anything. You'll never get anything unless you take it by force. Those are Donald Trump's exact words. And I'll be right there with you. None of these people were killed by the cops because of these high crimes that Donald Trump committed. And I'll tell you what, I'd rather buy a $400 sneaker that goes to money like Trayvon Martin than some rapist billionaire's slush fund. If you like content like this, make sure you like and subscribe. The Chud Report.
I think they want the white guy.